Shiva
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Bondage is ignorance. Sutra-63. Sarvam deham chinmayam hi jagatva paribhavayet yugapan nirvikalpena manasa paramodayaha. Let the mind dwell on the wholeness of existence. The body and the universe are one with existence. This is the 63rd Sutra. A sutra has several definitions. A cotton thread is a sutra. A thread that is made of fiber extracted from a plant to make a garland is also a sutra. A sutra is also known as rahasyam, a secret. A scripture or a text is a sutra. A sutra is also upaya. Upaya is means or effort. These are some of the definitions of sutra. A sutra brings a certain order. A thread brings a certain order to the flowers to form a garland. The garland is completely dependent on the thread and does not have independent existence. If the thread disappears, the garland will disappear. But the thread will continue to remain even if the garland disappears. The garland is a mere appearance on the thread. This sutra is conveying a similar message. Look at the garland. Look at the garland as a whole along with the thread. Don't forget the thread. Look at the thread and garland together. The fact is that they are not two but one. The Vedas say, Sadeva Somye Damagra Asi Dekameva Dvitiyam. Before the universe appeared, there was only pure existence. The existence is one without a second. The universe emerged from the existence. The existence is all pervasive, beyond thought and speech, and is formless. For example, you see a huge lump of clay in front of a potter's home. You return the next day and see that the clay has disappeared, but instead you see several pots, plates, and cups. In fact, the clay has not really disappeared, but it is seen in every pot, plate, and cup. Similarly, the universe appeared from existence. The existence is evident in every name and form of the universe. We forget the existence and are caught up in names and forms. This is a different matter. Take another example of a cotton cloth. The cloth is real and we use it in our everyday life. The cloth is made of threads. The cloth is not separate from the threads. From where did the threads appear? From the cotton. If the cotton is removed, there can neither be the threads nor the cloth. The cotton is evident in the thread and the cloth. The cotton exists independently, whereas the cloth does not exist independently. This is also the nature of the universe. The universe appeared from pure existence and unfolded itself into many layers. We call the layers as tattvas. Our body and mind are part of the universe. The pure existence, the consciousness, is evident in every layer of the creation, like how the cotton is evident in the thread and the cloth. The universe does not have independent reality outside the consciousness, the Sat. The consciousness is evident in the body and in the outside. That which is evident in the body is Atman, which is the individualized consciousness. It is the same consciousness outside. They are one and not two. Meditate on the one consciousness. The cotton takes different forms at the level of the cloth. From the cloth, various types of clothing appear to satisfy every man and woman in the planet. However, the cotton is the truth and the various clothing are only names and forms superimposed on the cotton. The entire creation is a superimposition on the consciousness. This sutra says, let the mind dwell on the wholeness of existence, the body and the universe as one with the existence. The body is consciousness. Sarvam deham chinmayam. Deham includes the mind as well. The Jagat is also consciousness. He Jagat. Let the mind not divide the body and universe as two separate existences. Let the mind dwell unwaveringly. Nirvikalpena manasa. Yugapat means simultaneously. Let the mind simultaneously dwell on the body and the universe as one single reality. The truth will dawn. Paramodayaha. Be established in this truth. This is Satyam. Tirumular, the great saint, lived around 250 BC. He was the disciple of Maharishi Nandinatha. He says, Marathai maraitadu Mamadayanai, Marathil maraindadu Mamadayanai, Parathai maraithana Parmudal Bhutam, Parathil maraindana Parmudal Bhutame. There is a beautiful elephant carving made of wood. When you perceive the elephant, you don't notice the wood. When you perceive only the wood, the elephant disappears. This means that you perceive the elephant also as wood. The elephant and wood are not different. Similarly, the universe. Whether you perceive the universe as mere universe or do you perceive the universe as consciousness, this is the inquiry. In a wooden elephant carving, if you see the intricacies of carving and perceive only the elephant, you forget it is the wood. If you perceive the elephant as wood, you forget it is a carving. When there is no distinction between the elephant and the wood, the duality disappears. The 7 colors of the rainbow appear from white light. Without the white light, there cannot be a rainbow. Where were the 7 colors before they appeared? In the white light. Similarly, our Shastram says that the universe existed in the potential form in the consciousness before its appearance. Creation is a mere appearance of the consciousness. The rainbow is an illusion. The white light is the truth. The creation is an illusion and the consciousness is the truth. The existence is the being. It is absolute oneness. The universe is illusory. It has no independent existence. When the existence takes a name and form, you refer to it as I. This I is not the pure I. This I is with a name and form. This is ahamkara. The ahamkara keeps us in bondage and we forget the reality. When we see the cloth, we don't see the cotton. When we see the 7 colors of the rainbow, we don't see the white light. When we see the wooden elephant, we forget the wood. When we see the pots and cups, we forget the clay. This is the nature of ahamkara. When we perceive the universe, we perceive the universe as I and mine. I is ahamkara and mine is mamakara. This is the nature of samsara. In the oneness, where is I and mine? The sutra says, let the mind dwell on the wholeness of existence, the body and the universe as one with existence. The existence is expressing itself in innumerable ways. The best example is Dashavataram. In Dashavataram, Mahavishnu takes different forms as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Krishna, and Kalki that is yet to arrive. The objective of Dashavataram is about Atmajnanam. In every name and form in Dashavataram, it is Mahavishnu alone. The avataram comes and goes, but Mahavishnu remains. Mahavishnu is not identified with any of the names and forms in Dashavataram. Mahavishnu is pure existence. When we are born, we are strongly identified as I and mine, ahamkara and mamakara. This is the difference. Without this realization, we only divide the world and cause suffering to ourselves. The ignorance is so deep-rooted, we even divide Shiva and Vishnu as two different beings and argue among ourselves. You can notice this in the Gopuram of our temples, specifically South Indian ancient Shiva temples. Shiva is always seen with Mahavishnu in the Gopuram. This is to convey to us that they are one and the same. When Rama is in Rameshwaram, Shiva appears to him as Lingam. Krishna does puja for Shiva. Parashurama too worships Shiva. In Matsyavataram, Shiva appears as a crane. In Varaha Avataram, Shiva appears holding the broken horn of Varaha. There is another form known as Kachabeshwara, where Shiva is seen wearing a tortoise shell to support Kurma Avatara. Shiva always appears alongside Vishnu in each of the 10 avatarams. You can notice the beautiful sculptures when you pay attention to the Gopuram in the ancient temples. But we hardly pay any attention to the Gopuram. We don't want to look up and admire. We stand in front of them just to take selfies. We carry the same attitude to the world. We ignore the reality and are caught up with names and forms. We do every sadhana possible to sharpen our ahamkara and mamakara. This is bondage by design, isn't it? Our life experiences should not become a bondage playbook that is related to unconscious for others to follow. In Sutra 54, we discuss the oneness of creation. If we understand the nature of creation, we can appreciate how connected we are with the universe. The individual will not exist anymore. There is only one sun, and there are thousands of ponds in which the sun shines. In each pond, you see the reflection of the sun in its own way. The ponds may be big, small, clean, and dirty. The reflections are also many and different in each pond. But the sun is always one. The reflections can be many, but the truth is always one. This one truth shines in each of us. The manifestation of the truth can be different in each of us, but the truth remains as one. The sutra says, recognize this truth. Recognize this truth within and outside. Contemplate on the truth, the satyam. Paribhavayet. It is deep and intense contemplation. Let the mind contemplate unwaveringly. Nirvikalpena manasa. Yugapat nirvikalpena manasa. Yugapat means simultaneously. Let the mind simultaneously dwell on the body and universe as one. The body includes the mind as well. The truth will dawn. Paramodayaha. In this contemplation, the mind is one-pointed and dwells on one thought. Every thought is about consciousness. This is the only thought. You can close your eyes and dwell on this one thought. The body and mind are consciousness. The universe is consciousness. The ahamkara and mamakara is holding us tightly, keeping us in bondage. They must be dropped. The mind continues to hold on to the individuality. I am. I am the one contemplating continues to exist. But let this contemplation continue. This is Brahmakara vritti. This is a prolonged practice done over time. There comes a point when you recognize that consciousness is everything. You are established in Brahmakara vritti. In the I am the one contemplating, the I eventually drops. Am alone remains. This is pure amness. Be in the state always. Even while transacting with the world, remain in the state. Keep reminding yourself about the amness even if the mind wavers. There comes a stage when the contemplation happens naturally. This is the goal. The mind is freed from duality. In the Vedic yajnas, there is a process used to kindle Agni. Two wooden sticks called arani are used to create friction by churning. In the process, the Agni or the fire is generated. The fire is capable of burning down even a big forest. In a similar way, the mind is churned with the Brahmakara vritti, the consciousness. The result is Jnana, the fire of wisdom. This is Paramodayaha mentioned in the sutra. The fire of wisdom can destroy the vikalpa in the mind. The mind will be liberated. This is Nirvikalpena Manasa in the sutra. This is like deep sleep filled with awareness. Sarvam deham chinmayam hi jagatva paribhavayet yugapan nirvikalpena manasa paramodayaha. Let the mind dwell on the wholeness of existence. The body and the mind as one with existence.